Hey babes, my name is Jessica and this is my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope you enjoy, and if you do, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified the next time I post a new video. Today I am answering all of your questions. If you're following me on Instagram, you know that my Instagram stories, I have been asking you guys to leave me questions, so I'm gonna answer them today. If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me so next time I do a Q&A, you can be part of it. I have done a Q&A like this in the past, so if I don't answer one of your questions today, maybe it's in that Q&A. So I have it linked up here for you guys, so you guys can go check that one out if you are interested. But other than that, let's dive right in. I will be grouping questions together as well, just if it makes sense to answer them together. So I have two questions here. I'll put them on the screen. The first one says, struggling figuring out my aesthetic, what has helped you? And the other one says, hi love, hey girl, what's your biggest tip as far as standing out as a lash artist in this saturated industry? What's going to help you is figuring out your aesthetic. How you're going to figure out your aesthetic? What do you love? For me, it was super duper easy. If you go to my Instagram page, Jesica Lashes, it's completely different than my Jesicavxo. My Jesicavxo is like my personal page, the one that I kind of use with my YouTube, and just like I post daily on there because it's just my personal Instagram. My Jesica Lash Instagram is my portfolio. I'm not looking to train people, so it really depends who's your market. Who do you want to look at your Instagram? My Jesica Lash page is for portfolio work. When I see someone out and they want to see my work, I show them Jesica Lashes because it's going to give them an idea of how my studio is going to feel, how it's going to look, how it's going to smell, the vibe it's going to give off. If they go to my website, it's similar. The pink vibes, the glitter vibes, all of that, it's all integrated together. I can't speak today. And how I found my aesthetic is I love pink. It just feels right for me. If you love blue, go with a blue theme. Don't go with something that you don't like because it's just not going to work for you. So if you're someone that likes the beachy vibe, something more like freeing and like, I don't know, beachy, that's not my vibe, so I don't know how to explain a beachy vibe. But if you love the beachy vibe, go for that aesthetic and hone in on it. And people that love that aesthetic, they're going to be attracted to you. You do not want, like for me, if I thought that I wanted to attract only like people that like that aesthetic, I wouldn't know how to connect with them. People that come in here, they're like me. They're bougie. They love glitter. They're a little bit more, you know, on the high-end side. And that's what I like. I attract myself with those kind of people. I want to be able to talk to them type of people. People that come in here love pink. Everyone that comes in here, they're like, that's my favorite color. And I'm like, mine too. So that's how I found my aesthetic. Just really like honing in on what I liked. But I'm not an aesthetic queen. I'm not like all about aesthetic. If you guys want an aesthetic course, I'll have my girl Lash Icon Lauren. She has a full-on aesthetic junkie course that's about $1,000, maybe less. And she'll help you, she'll guide you, and she'll make your aesthetic A1. I promise you that, because she's the aesthetic queen and she has a full-on course. So hello, if you want to really hone in on that, definitely check her out. Like I said, I'll have her linked down below for you. What do you recommend I do so I don't come off as rude to my clients when I don't conversate much? I'm a very quiet, shy person. Love you, by the way. I love you too. Well, I'm the same. I have very few people I do talk to during the service, but I'm very shy. When my guests come in, I do conversate just to make them feel comfortable. I'll ask them, how are their lashes? I'll at least ask them that. Do they like them? Do they want to switch anything up? Ask them how their day is going, if they need to use the restroom. Try to keep it basic, but be friendly. You're not going to be rude if you're asking the minimum. If you're just like, hi, lay down, and do the service because you're really shy, you might come off as rude. But if you're just shy like me, because I'm very introverted, I'm a Cancer, I love to be at home, I don't have a lot of people that I just talk to on a regular basis. Like, I'm very introverted. People might think I'm not because I'm on YouTube. Everyone's like, you're so okay with the camera and you're so good at talking. But I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to 10,000 people, which I hit 10K. Thank you so much. I'm not talking to 10,000 people. Well, I kind of am, but I'm not. So when I talk to my guests, like I said, there's only a few people that I will talk to during their service because they make me feel comfortable, one, and two, because their eyes don't flutter. My girl Kelly that does my lashes, I can talk to her when I'm doing her lashes because she'll just sit there and like, her eyes are super still. Even if she's like laughing, whatever, her eyes are like not moving at all. Me, on the other hand, I can't talk to her when she's doing my lashes. I will, but I feel so bad because my eyes do not stay still. My eyes are like, you know, so you can make that an excuse too, like, oh, can you please stay quiet so I can, you know, get you as full as possible, play some good music, like relaxing music for them to go to sleep. But at least ask the bare minimum. How was your day? Have you been cleansing? You know, like, at least ask that. You don't have to be a super outgoing person and like get into the nitty-gritty. There's some people out there that I know that they're like, oh my god, all my clients are my best friends. I'm not like that. Like I said, I'm very introverted. I don't like to talk about myself at all, but there's some people that do. So if you are like that, that's fine. You're gonna find clients that love that. If you're not, that's fine too. Find the clients that love you for you. You know, just be professional and be, you know, nice to them. You don't have to tell them like what you ate this morning, about your kids, your life, but at least do the bare minimum and be professional and nice. I'm gonna answer these 3 questions really quickly. Would you like to add other services to your salon in the future? Yes. I want to do lash lifts and tints. I also want to do like brow laminations and tints. Another question is, post the link of your lash chair recliner. As I've mentioned before, this recliner was never on their website, and the actual furniture store that I bought it here in my city closed down. I don't know if it had to do with but they're no longer in business. What I recommend you doing is going out in your city, going to your local furniture, and I'm sure you're gonna find an amazing lash recliner, chair, whatever, that's gonna fit your aesthetic and you're gonna love it. The other one is it worth working at a lounge if you have to bring your own clientele and only get 30%? This one is going to be a little bit longer. One, if you have to bring your own clientele, why don't you have your own studio? Working at a like lash lounge or something like that, I'm guessing they already have a lot of, you know, flow of clientele that they can pass off to you. Of course, you want to do your own marketing a little bit, not that much. Where I worked at in Las Vegas, they had a ton of clients that I never personally had to promote at all. I was getting, I already forgot because it's been so long ago, but I was getting a percentage. No, first I was getting paid hourly, then it went to percentage, but I don't think it was 30%, girl. It was way more. If you're getting 30%, I'm not sure. They are buying the supplies. They are providing you with the space, hopefully. Is that the only requirement? You bring your own clientele? I'm not sure, girl. Does it work for you? Don't tell me is it worth working for 30% and I have to bring my own clientele. It's not worth it for me. Is it worth it for you? As a beginner lash artist, would you suggest to work for someone first or for yourself first? This is going to be, again, personal preference. There's so many lash artists with so many different lash paths. You know, like they had a different path in their career. For me, I have a video up here sharing with you guys my path in this lash industry. I started at a lash lounge. Like the question before, she's at a lounge where they're requiring her to bring her own guests. I don't know if that would have worked out for me. Where I started, they trained me for about 4 months, and I was getting paid, honey, 40 hours a week. And then they moved me to commission, and they already had a full clientele. Talking from my experience, lash extensions is so hard to learn, so hard. And if you are going to a 2-day training for $2,000 off the bat, and then you have to spend on top of that to fully stock your lash stash, and then if you are a natural where you pick up this craft super duper easy, which for me it took a long time. My first set took me 3-4 hours, and I only applied 10 lashes per eye, and that's classic, honey. It was hard. I don't know if it'd be worth it for you to just start off by yourself. You can definitely put everything on a credit card, maybe. Well, I don't know your business, girl. Do you have a lot of money? Just open up by yourself. Are you a born natural lash artist? But go watch that video. It shares with you, I share with you my path, and it's very different from everyone's path. Your path may be completely different. When I opened up my studio, I was working at Ulta a couple days, and I was working here in the studio. So I didn't have everything that's here. It was the bare minimum. It was a lash chair, a chair for me to lash, a head pad, lashes, adhesive, tweezers, everything that's the basic. Everything I would earn here in my lash studio, I would reinvest into lash products, invest into different things, just putting my money back into the studio. And slowly I just stopped working at Ulta. But it really depends. Like, do you still live with your parents, your husband? Could your husband support you and you just go all into the opening up your own studio? Everyone is going to be very different. So for me, I definitely suggest to work for someone else, but that might not work for you neither. So I'm going to answer these 2 questions. First one, Square Appointments app, how to use. The second one, what app you use to schedule lash appointments. I love the iPad method. I'm so glad you do. I'm going to start redoing those videos, but I do have a playlist with all my iPad videos up here if you guys want to watch them. But she answered your question. I use the Square Appointment app. It looks like that. It's like the green one, and it says appointments. I will definitely be doing a video on that pretty soon in the future. A lot of people asked me to make a video showing you guys how I book my appointments, and it's with that app, the Square Appointment app. It's free for one person. If it's you and another person that kind of want to share it, I think that's when they start charging you. But it's free. You can do so much on that app. Your clients could go on and book by themselves. You can add your hours. You can block off days. I'm going to share with you guys a video on that in the future, but definitely download it and start playing with it. It's an amazing app. What curls, diameter, and styles do you do most? So curls is CD, diameter is 0.3, 0.7, 0.15, and the styles that I like most are the wispy sets, more like what I'm wearing right now. I like more of a lived-in look. I don't prefer like the straight across line. I can appreciate the art, but I don't like the full-on black look neither. I like it to look more wispy, more lived in, more like, you know, flirty and cute. I love cat eye, doll eye. I just love it so much. How long does it take you to do a volume full set and fill? All my full sets are 2.5 hours. All my fills are 1.5 hours. How do you deal with competition in your area and city? Honey, all the lash artists in my city, we are not in no competition. We're here to help each other out. I personally feel like if there's 5 lash artists down the same road as you, you all bring something different to the table, and you guys are just exposing more people to lashes. I constantly still meet people that have never heard about lash extensions or have never had lash extensions done before. So I am so glad that lash extensions are finally getting put on the map. So don't think that there's competition out there. It's not saying that, oh my god, because I'm the best or she's the best, so there's no competition. No, we're all the best, and we're all in our own lane, and we're just all here getting money. You know, we're like, don't think about them. Think about yourself and what you can provide your guests, because there's enough clients for everyone. How do you manage the mama, wife, you time, and lash life? I love you, baby. I love you too. And girl, I could ask you the same thing. You over there working real hard. I see you. So I don't know. I just like to get up and work out. That's like me, my time. I am trying to lose a couple pounds here and there. And that just gets me in a really good mood. It makes me feel like I'm taking that time for myself. After the gym is full-on kid time. I have to get them ready for school. I brush their hair, brush their teeth, spend as much time as I can with them. If it's a lashing day, then I come and lash. But like having a kind of a set schedule definitely helps a lot. I have so many apps and like actual agendas, and stuff still doesn't get done. So don't ask me how I do it because I'm barely holding on. Girl, why you so cute? Nicole, I could ask you the same thing. Thank you though. She just sparked this question in my mind and I'm asking you guys, so leave your answers down below. How do you isolate? I write, like my dominant hand is my right hand, and I isolate with my left hand. I make a fan, I grab a classic lash, and I place with my dominant hand. Isolate with my non-dominant hand. Nicole over here on the other hand, she answered that she isolates with her dominant hand. It makes no sense to me. I won't judge you, but I just want to know. It's very interesting, so leave it in the comments down below. But let's keep answering some questions. Can you share your stretches? I do have a YouTube video. I'll link it up here or in the description down below. I made it. It's very outdated, so I need to make an updated one. But it's all about my stretches. Is there an app that you use or you know to schedule posts? Thank you. I don't have one. I should definitely look into it, but there is one. It's called Planoly or something like that. That's a good one. How do you keep track of lash inventory? On my iPad playlist, I do share with you guys how I do that. How do you deal with those clients that say, oh, their lashes fell off? When you have clients got cut off, but when you have clients that have amazing retention. I think you're telling me this because you feel like those few clients, it's their fault. So you have to kind of figure it out if it's their fault or if it's your fault. And also have proof for if it is their fault. What I do is I always have a note sheet for each guest, and they sign in when they come in, and I have a note sheet and I take before and after pictures every single time my guest comes in, and I have it in their profile. I do have a video. I'll link it up here or it's in the description box, but it shows you guys how I made my note sheets. And I write in there everything, girl, everything. So I write in there if they're late. If they're like 20 minutes late, I'll write that in there. If it's been 4 or 5 weeks since their last appointment, for sure that's in there. If they're coming in with makeup, pictures are in there, and the note is in there too. With the date, of course, and the time of their appointment, humidity and temperature, everything. So I could know if my client comes to me and tells me, hey, my lashes fell off 2 days later. Thank God that has never happened. But I can go in there and look. Was it me? Was it my humidity and temperature? Was it off that day? And I could see the time that she came in, so I can make sure, like, are all the guests that are coming in at this time having this issue, or is it just her? Also, if it's her fault, I have pictures. Like, are you over it? Like, are you done telling her to clean her lashes and she's not listening, so that's why her retention's really bad? Take pictures. I have guests that come in here, not a lot, but I do have a guest that comes in here with makeup on her lashes all the time, and now she's not doing it because I take pictures and I show her, and now she's washing every single day and her retention is amazing. So now she washes every single day because she's like, yeah, my lashes look so much better now that I'm washing. They just have to, I feel like some guests don't believe you, even though we're the professionals. Like, they sometimes don't believe us. So take those pictures. She would come in here and say, like, I wash my lashes every day. And I'm like, oh, well, you have makeup on. She's like, I haven't worn makeup in like 5 days. So maybe it was me not explaining to her how to wash properly. That could have been an issue too. So is it your fault? Is it your guest's fault? Try to figure it out and take pictures. Have notes so it could back you up as well. So you can like let them know like, hey, your lashes are falling off all the time because you sleep on your face. Have that in the notes. Oh, your lashes are falling off all the time because you never wash them. You told me last time you only washed them 1 time within 2 weeks of you coming in. Like, make sure you're writing that down so you can let them know, because if you have a full clientele like me, I could sometimes mistake like what someone else told me for something else. So I always have their notes pulled up, so when I'm asking them like, hey, how were your lashes, and I'm looking at them, and you know, we can like talk about like how to fix any issues. So this girl just said, retention. I've been struggling so much. Anything is appreciated. So my question before could definitely help you a little bit, but I'm going to quickly go over this. So making sure you are applying extensions on clean lashes, making sure your client is washing their lashes every single day. When they come in, no makeup, no oil, no nothing. So make sure they're nice and cleansed. I like to use the Prep and Prime by 𝑐𝑻𝑯𝑬𝑹. So I just cleanse really quickly. The lash is nice and clean. When I apply an extension, the bond is perfect. If you are applying an extension to a dirty lash that has oil, sweat, dust, whatever on there, and you apply an extension, the bond is not going to be strong and they are going to pop off. When you're applying the extension, make sure you're applying it correctly. Make sure you are attaching it, what, 2-3 millimeters. The adhesive and the extension and the natural lash they have a seamless bond. You don't want to be applying extensions like this, like this, like this. You want to make sure this is their natural lash and the extension is nice and like this, so nothing can just like start growing right here and pop those extensions off. Again, brushing maybe to just keep them nice and up, not them twisting around. Keeping notes, like I said before, making sure everything is nice and up to par. I'll have a video for you guys linked down below by Untamed Artistry. She talks all about adhesive. Adhesive could be a big issue as well if your humidity and your temperature are not right and you're using a different type of adhesive that does not work for your environment. That could be a big issue. But those are some of the tips I could give you. If you still have any issues, definitely reach out to me or reach out to your adhesive provider, whoever you're buying adhesive from. Let them know your issues. Let them know your temperature and humidity in your room. Let them know if it's only retention in the morning, if it's only retention issues in the middle of the day. You need to start taking a little bit more notes to figure out your issue, because I'm sure not all your guests are having their lashes fall off. I'm not sure, but definitely reaching out to your lash provider, whoever you're buying adhesive from, that could definitely help you as well. How do you improve to get a more fuller look with classic lashes? Definitely mapping, making sure the set you're giving your guest complements their eye. Also lashing in layers with different lengths. A lot of our guests think that we only have like 1 layer of lashes when we actually have like 2 to 4 layers of lashes. Adding some shorter lashes in there is going to definitely give a denser and darker look at the base. So it's going to give that look, that fuller effect look. Can you explain the process of finding your lash studio and a steady clientele? So I've answered this in the past as well, like in different videos. If you have not caught up with my videos, definitely go check them out, because there's a lot of like little nuggets throughout videos that I'm noticing a lot of people ask me questions that I've answered in the past. So how I found my studio, this is actually an office building. It's not for salon professionals at all. Like, there is salon suites, but they're like 1 floor. I'm on the 10th floor, honey. A lot of people in my office building, there's like different things here. There's like marriage therapists, there's like credit people here. There's like a ton of different things in this building, but I just looked up office buildings in my area and how did I find a steady clientele. I've also mentioned this in the past. I scouted a lot of my clients out. I would go to the store and like give business cards. The clients that I did have, I treated them amazing, and I asked for referrals, word of mouth, reviews, things like that. So that's kind of like what I did, but I have other videos that go into like a lot more in depth of like exactly what I've done as well. Hi, hey boo, how do you stay organized with all that you do? You know what, I need to call you and ask you, because girl, it is a hot mess over here. And you know what, that's the last question that I am going to answer. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys already know, share this video with a lash friend. Don't forget to answer my question down below. If you are isolating with your dominant hand or your non-dominant hand, I need to know. And also follow me on Instagram so you guys can keep up with me daily. But if you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down so I can know. Subscribe down below and turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified the next time I post a new video. And until then, bye my loves. You can also quickly subscribe. If you click my face right here, you're subscribed to my channel. And please watch 2 other of my videos before you head out. I love you. Bye.